Analyzing Baroque Art, a study of Johannes Vermeer. Project completed by Louis Peach. The Milkmaid, painted approximately in 1660. This is one of Vermeer's most well-known works and was created at the height of his career. Vermeer uses small white dots to display the reflection of light. These can be observed in the small dots placed logically on the bread, basket, pitcher, and bowl in the painting. Baroque quality is evident in this painting through the use of chiaroscuro. In addition, Baroque art typically includes some type of movement to produce a desired effect. Rather than producing an elaborate motion, Vermeer chooses a subtle action like pouring milk to create a tranquil atmosphere. Interestingly, this painting is created in the Baroque style using motion, but in a very subtle manner. The Milkmaid is ironic because light is illuminating the room in the painting and adds to the room's airiness, yet the subject's face remains in shadow. Light brings attention to the area while masking the face. Her presence in the room is illuminated, yet her mind is protected, almost sheltered. This could be a metaphor for the preservation of innocence and simplicity. The paradox in the painting is that in a greater world of many exciting opportunities and adventures, people are actually happiest when alone or with select company. Henry Vaughan's The Retreat can be connected to this painting. Both the poem and the work have a very pensive quality and emphasize simplicity and innocence over extravagance and sin. The last line of the poem, "And when this dust falls to the urn, in that state I came, return," can be associated with the nature of the painting. Light gently filters onto the subject who is shielded from corruption. The Procuress, painted in 1656. This is one of Vermeer's earliest works. It is an exemplification of genre art, or the painting of everyday scenes and events. The Procuress is a deviation from earlier Vermeer works, which were typically of biblical or mythological scenes. Although the shadowing is not as drastic in this painting, there is still a distinct source of light illuminating the woman's body. The glossier quality and lack of white dotting to suggest filtering light is indicative of the fact that it is an earlier Vermeer painting. This was the first piece by Vermeer that included a typical everyday occurrence. This marked the beginning of his exploration of genre art. Most of his later works include these types of scenes. Baroque quality in this painting is evident through Vermeer's adoption of genre art. In addition, there is a source of light illuminating the woman's body and provides a contrast of brightness in the painting. In addition, you can see to the woman's right is a subtle still life of a blue and white vase, which is typical of Dutch Baroque painters. Not necessarily the vase itself, but the fact that a still life was used somewhere in the painting. This painting is of a procuress, or in other words, a prostitute. The photo has a rather whimsical quality, facilitated by the brightness of the woman's dress, her customer's puffy scarlet shirt, and the beautiful vase to the right of the lady. The man to the far left is a musician hired by the woman to set a pleasant mood for the brothel where the painting supposedly takes place. He is relaxed and carries a drink, probably wine. The yellow dress itself is a metaphor for youthfulness and is complemented by the brightness of the blue jug. These factors combined suggest that the painting is a paradox of the carpe diem theme in many Baroque works. The sensual lightness of the scene, evidenced by the casual glass of wine, hand over the woman's chest, and light illuminating the woman, indicate that youthfulness should be taken advantage of. Young people are meant to embrace sensual desires, no matter how raunchy, and have fun. It is ironic, however, that the woman is dressed in a traditional nun's uniform, which could suggest that youthful spontaneity could actually facilitate the corruption of morality. The poem To His Coy Mistress by Andrew Marvell can be associated with this painting. The poem uses witty sarcasm to persuade a young woman to do it. Many of the objects he uses in his metaphors have bright color and add a whimsical air to the poem. However, like the darkness that shields the three males in the Procuress, there is an ominous element to Marvell's poem when he speaks of death consuming the body of his female friend. Girl with a Pearl Earring, painted approximately 1665. This is considered to be Vermeer's most famous piece. This painting is a tronie, a distinctly Dutch style in which a head that is not meant to exist as a portrait is painted. The contrasting darkness of the background of the painting and the glowing soft light brought to the girl's face and clothing are quite illuminating and in the Baroque style. Baroque quality is suggested through the subtle sensuality of the subject's expression. She carries not just a flat expression in this portrait, but it's very emotional. In addition, the presence of her pearl earring itself is related to the meaning of Baroque, or imperfect pearl. This youthful subject is thickly cloaked in layers of clothing, yet her expression suggests that she desires something or is experiencing a sensual emotion. Her eyes are slightly sad and seem to yearn for something unattainable. The young woman's clothing are metaphorical chains that prevent her from embracing frowned-upon desires. In a paradoxical sense, humans are bound to society, forced to hide themselves from sensual desire and maintain moral behavior. The slight sadness of the painting indicates that Vermeer disagreed with this practice and, in the Baroque style, encouraged embracing such desire and living at the fullest extent. Vermeer suggests that youth is not meant to be contained or wasted. Girl with the pearl earring can be associated with Robert Herrick's To the Virgins, To Make Much of Time. The poem directly addresses young people and encourages them to take advantage of their age. His reference to "this same flower that smiles today, tomorrow will be dying" is a metaphor for a young person like the woman in Vermeer's painting, who is young and beautiful, but with time will age and become less spontaneous, emotional, and attractive. Herrick also discusses the fact that age is best, which is the first, or in other words, that youth is the most precious part of life.